Hello and welcome to all you Sagittarians. Welcome for your monthly forecast for July 2014. And actually, what should I talk about? Well, actually that your ruler is now finally shifting signs is the most important thing, of course. You are ruled by Jupiter, the planet of expansion, the planet of optimism, the planet of opportunities, the planet of teaching, of spreading the word, of purpose, and so on and so on. And this is finally going to shift from the very deep and intense 8th house into your 9th house. Now, what does this all mean? First of all, the shift is going to happen as from around the 17th. And you're really going to benefit from that because Jupiter in Leo, it's another fire sign and it's your 9th house. So actually it's not only that Jupiter likes it being in a fiery element and in a fiery sign, but it also likes it to be in his own house because the 9th house is associated with Jupiter. So, and especially after being for about a year, Jupiter being in the 8th house, although it was in exaltation, it is in a difficult house. So I think a lot of Sagittarians, and especially with the rising sign, have gone very deep into their understanding of what life is all about and or what death is all about. You know, the metaphysical is very much connected to the 8th house, and the occult and the taboos, the transformation. It's a very deep house, and Jupiter is your ruler, so it has been in that house for a long time. So it probably was very good when it comes to values of other people, gaining more value of other people, whether it is through money or whether it is just, you know, that you feel appreciated by other people or more than usual. So it has done its thing there, Jupiter in the 8th house. It has given you some expansion when it comes to on a very deep, rather a psychological level. So maybe not on the most extroverted level, but on a deep level, understanding better your fears, understanding more about life in general. So, and a Sagittarian, he or she wants to understand more about life, period. And now, with all this knowledge, with all this deep psychological knowledge, you are ready to get on your horse and just go on and spreading that message that you have. And of course, when we talk about spreading a message, people always think, oh, you're talking about teaching, you're talking about standing in front of a classroom and having that message. No, you can be a teacher, like you can be a cook, you can be an IT specialist. It doesn't matter. Everyone has something to say and has something to share. So Sagittarius is the last sign, the last fire sign. So it is the sign that spreads the fire, that spreads the knowledge in whatever area you work or in whatever area you are interested in. As from July, but actually the whole year, you are going to feel much more in your element. You are going to feel more extroverted again. And I know that some Sagittarians might say, I'm not really extroverted, but most of the Sagittarians need that. They need the outgoing energy. They need to express themselves. It's a fire sign. Now Jupiter in Leo has to do with the heart, has to do with your unique selfness, has to do with the things that you like, that the things you liked as a child. So a lot of Sagittarians will reconnect with their inner child. If let's say, when you were a little kid and you used to travel, you used to dance a lot, maybe now you're going to dance again. I'm just giving you some examples. When you were a kid and you always dreamt or you always loved traveling and you haven't been able to travel a lot because of money or because of some other, I don't know what, now you will be doing that again. It's a fantastic period for gathering new knowledge, and some of us do that by traveling and others do that by philosophy, astrology. So studying, any study that has to do with connecting the dots will be beneficial for you. Also, anything that has to do with the ninth house is also the house of public PR, I think, and of advertising, public relations. So when you are doing your own thing, when you're having your own job, it's a good time to advertise, to connect with other people via internet, via websites, and all of that. So a good time to show who you really are. This is about your ruler in Leo. It's about your own authenticity. It's about your own creative self. You can show it. It has been a bit hidden for a while in the 8th house lately. But now is the time. Here I am. I've gathered all my psychological information. And now I can apply it. And I can, more important even, I can spread my knowledge. Whatever that is and whatever you do when it comes to work. So much more positive times, I hope, for the Sagittarians that is coming your way, and especially also with, it's going to make a trine, but that's going to be next month with Uranus, which is also very much of opportunities. So it should be uplifting for a lot of Sagittarians. It's good for study, it's good for travel, it's good for expansion when it comes to work with any work you do with foreigners, with foreign clients, any work you do with people who have a totally different culture. It's a good time to learn a new language again. That is also a good time to do. So you will feel as if you are a bit more alive. If it has been quite a tough time for you lately, there is light at the end of the tunnel, surely, for you as well. Now, something else is that Mars is around the end of the month, around the 27th of the month, is going to enter your 12th house, and Saturn is already there. So there is still some stuff that is going to be done behind the curtains, behind the scenes, and this 12th house is, you have Saturn there, and that is going to change. It's Sagittarius are going to be much more in the spotlight as from already in July, but also especially as from the end of the year, when also Saturn is going to shift into your sign. So you're really ready for some new cycles there, and maybe you're had enough of ending the cycles, but your time will come. Have a little bit more patience, and this Jupiter will help you with already exploring, because if there's one thing a Sagittarian really needs to do, it's explore. It's going on an adventure. When things go too deep, they become depressed. So you have to go out there and explore. So with Saturn in your 12th house going direct as from the 21st, this means that you will feel that you are still structuring some and structuring those unconscious levels of yours. And I mean by that it can do really, really good. Saturn enjoys in the 12th house. Why? Because the 12th house is a very unconscious house. It's a bit, it's the house of the Piscean, which has no boundaries. And Saturn is doing a great job there, because it's saying, come on, we need boundaries to be mature, to be ready when Saturn goes into your first house. You can't just be floating around and having no identity, because when Saturn is going to be in your house, you will surely have a new identity. So, and that is good. So Saturn is doing the dirty work, you could say. And Mars is going to enter that house as well, but in its own sign. So it will be in Scorpio. So Mars in the 12th house is not easy, because it's like facing your own blind spots. And some people like that and others don't. It depends on your character. But the ones that are saying, okay, I'm ready to see some blind spots, I'm ready to get to know some pieces of myself that I didn't know, although I'm 60 or something. It doesn't matter, you can always unravel some pieces of yourself that you didn't know. And this is going to be very, very beneficial for you when Mars then shifts into your sign also a bit later, within a couple of months. So this Mars is also going to battle in that 12th house. Is going to try to give you this opportunity to fight some of your demons, and it doesn't have to be those huge demons. Hopefully it's just a little demon, but the demons have to go away before this new personality shows itself in a way more mature way, in a way more structured way, in a way more responsible way. So you're working towards being a more responsible person. And that is what Saturn is doing in the 12th house, which is not always easy, but it will give you the rewards very much when Saturn is in your first house. I have noticed that people having more trouble, well, not trouble, challenges, let's say, with Saturn in the 12th than Saturn in the 1st. I know that a lot of astrology books, when you read them, Saturn in the 1st, ooh, very heavy. In my experience, and in my experience with myself, and in my experience with clients, I see that the hardest time is Saturn in the 12th, particularly for a Sagittarian, because this is stuff going on behind the scenes, and they can deal better, Sagittarians, when Saturn goes into their first house. You know, the hard work is done before it. So keep on hanging on there. Whatever it is that you are now struggling with, there will come other times that you are more capable of showing who you really are. Having that said, wishing you a very good month for July. If you're traveling, by the way, with Jupiter there in your 9th house, very lovely. Also the Sun in your 9th house, that's from the 23rd. So maybe you're traveling there. It's going to be very, you're going to learn a lot about yourself by being in another country. So if you can, do so, okay? Thanks for watching. See you next month. Bye-bye.